welcome to JG's Fight Talk, sponsored by Rich's Boxing and Limitless Creations. And with me now, I've got Jesus Ramos Jr. How you doing? All right?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Thank you guys for having me.
No problem at all. It's a pleasure, especially as I was saying just before we came on. That sort of record at the age of 20 years old, you don't hear about it often. 16 fights, 16 wins, 14 knockouts. That's impressive.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Like I was telling you, I made my mission to climb up the rankings and doing it the correct way. I've been taking the fights that are the toughest at, whichever point in my career. And, you guys saw in my last fight with Javier Molina, I had a couple other options, but Javier Molina was the toughest test, and we took him.
Yeah. Well, you can't argue with that. That's how you get a good fan base, is going into those fights that a lot of people would, think, oh no, I'm not ready for that yet, or and you're just going straight in there and facing whoever you come up against, and I'll take my hat off to you. It's very good.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's what boxing is all about. Just being competitive, and that's how it used to be back in the old days. Everybody would fight each other, and I think it's time we bring boxing back.
Yeah, and I think the pandemic's done that, hasn't it? It's made people fight each other that they wouldn't have necessarily had those fights, but they haven't really had a choice.
Yeah, you're right, and that's why there's a lot of big fights that have been made, and that's why we've had really good fights lately. Unfortunately, we should be having better fights, but with COVID and all that, it's been a stressing summer, man. But hopefully everything gets right back to it.
Yeah, no, I think we're slowly getting there. Slowly.
Yeah, slowly. Yeah, it's better than last year, though, man. Last year was tough. So this year's a little better.
Yeah, it was a very tough, especially on people's mental health and people struggling in general. It just kind of closed in on so many people, didn't it? And we just got to be grateful that we're hopefully coming out the other end of it now.
Yeah, that's the good part. We see the light at the end of the tunnel now. So hopefully that's the way it is.
So being only 20 years old, when did you start boxing? Because you're still young now, especially by me.
Yeah. I started at around 4. That's the first time I had a pair of gloves.
You're 4?
I was 4, 5 was in the gym. And I mean, by the gym, I mean my garage. My father, he had a gym in his garage, so I would always train there. And 5, 6, around that age, I started taking it a little more serious, and I started competing, amateur. Right before I turned 9, my father told me, because here in the USA you can compete amateur at the age of 8. By the time you're 8 years old, so when I turned 8, I wanted to compete. My dad told me, you got to give me 1 full year in the gym, no excuses, just 1 full year in the gym, and I'll let you compete. And that's why I kind of, it was February, right before my birthday in March, and I fought amateur, and I did what he asked me. I stayed focused in the gym, and I would do everything he would tell me. He had me staying away from cake, candy, all this, and I was just I would do it. I really wanted to fight, so yeah, I've loved it ever since.
How did you feel though as a kid at that age? All your other friends are eating cake and candy, and you're like the odd one out. You're into the sort of regime, the routine of everything. How did you find that?
To me, I was a cool one. My friends, like you said, were all eating candy, chips, all this, and they were, tell me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be a boxer, and I need to eat right. I need to get ready for my fight. And to me, that was cool. I would be so pumped. And once it was fight time, it sure paid off. I got my win, and I remember taking my trophy to school and showing everybody, and it was huge for me. I saw it as a big moment, and I think that's why I've been able to stay focused, because I like the sport so much. I like boxing so much that it's not a problem for me just to be focused and do things the right way.
Yeah, well, and it looks like you've just carried that on into your pro career. You know, when you get on the scales, you're in top condition. You know, you look good. You're ready to go. You know, your dad's drilled that into you, isn't he? To stay
Yeah,
focused and stay ready.
yeah, definitely, man. I think it's always great to have a coach like my father, but having him as my coach and my father is something different. My father, he's always on me, and just because I'm a son, he's always not on me on a bad way, but just I'm always with him, so he's always telling me stuff, always giving me advice, always talking to me, always telling me, if you want to do this, I mean, boxing is a beautiful sport. And if you want to do it, I support you. But it's only beautiful when you do it the correct way.
Yeah,
Just little things like that that just stay with me. And it'll just, it's true, and it motivates me. It motivates me to have those talks with my dad. And just to see how my success benefits him, my success is benefiting him, my little brothers, my mother, my sister. We're all. I feel like I'm carrying everybody, and we're all leveling up. So it's a big strong family, and I think because of them, I am the man I am today. If you can even consider me a man, I'm only 20 years old, so. So I would say kid or man, it's either or.
yeah, but I think you've quickly become a man, Jesus. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it, and I think because of your journey from, say, even right from the age of 4 right up to the age of 20, you've had to learn the fundamentals of boxing. You've had to learn the hard way to be successful. You've got to be disciplined. You've got to be 100%. Because if you're not 100% in boxing, you won't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. You don't go anywhere. This is it's a very jealous sport. That's what I like to call it. It's a very jealous sport, and if you're not giving it attention the whole time, it's a jealous sport, and it comes with consequences. If you don't give your full attention to it. So I'm always in the gym, even if I don't have a fight. We're always
Yeah,
working on different things. And once it's time for fight time, I'm always in good shape. So we just take it to the next level, and I think that's why we have so much success. We're always learning different things, and we're very open minded as well. Like you said, in this sport, you got to grow up fast, and that's the way I feel like it. I've always been around 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, and that's because of boxing. They've all been in the gym with me, and I've held conversations with them since I was like 10, 12 years old, and they're way older than me. But I've been able to do that just because of boxing, just because I had to mature, and I've learned a lot, from everybody. This world, this boxing world, it's just you meet a lot of people, and some good and some bad, but that's part of growing up, and that's what helps you mature.
yeah. Well, you've definitely done that, mate. Honestly, you're on the road to great things. So what's next for you? When are you looking to get out
Next
again?
September 5th, that's the next fight. Originally, this fight was supposed to be a title eliminator for WBA at 147. So now that it didn't happen, I'm not sure why, but now that it's not happening, we're thinking about changing the weight, maybe 152 or 154. My body's growing every day, so it's getting tougher and tougher to make 147. And it's happening rapidly, man. Just last year, I was making 144 easy. We were thinking about coming down to 140, but my body's just growing, I guess, and 47 is getting tougher. And if it's not a title eliminator, and I'm kind of not guaranteed a title shot soon, we're thinking about just campaigning at 154. So we might do 152 to test the water, or we might just do 154 to really test the waters. So it's either or, but that was the plan. The title eliminator was my plan, and it looked like it was a goal for a second there, but there was some issues with that, and they canceled that. So that's the plan now. But September 5th is the date. It looks like the same opponent in Alberto Palmeta, so we'll be ready.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just a case of keep plugging away, keep working hard, and the title fight will come, won't it? Because people,
Yes, sir.
it'll get to a point where people can't ignore you any longer. You know,
Exactly.
because the record speaks for itself. If you just keep motoring along, people can't, you know, they can't say anything, can they?
Exactly. Yeah, and that was the plan, you know, for 147 title eliminator. It was kind of the plan, you know, to win that so that they couldn't ignore me anymore, and you know, hopefully get a title shot within the year, and then it was going to be worth it to stay at 147, you know. But if there's no guarantee, you know, I might have to campaign at 154 and get a belt there, because like I said, my body's changing and it's tough. It's tough to cut down, and I'm so tall too, so it's hard, man.
Yeah. No, definitely. Well, big times ahead for you, mate. Big times ahead. Is there anyone in particular that you've got your eye on that you would like to fight in your division?
Ah, man, at 147, I would have loved to fight Yordenis Ugas. You know, he defeated my uncle Abel Ramos, and you know, I've always wanted that fight ever since that night, because we fought on the same undercard, and I saw that fight, and I don't know, it just stuck with me, and I've been calling him out, but you know, he's on to bigger things with Manny Pacquiao, and you know, I congratulate him. I salute him for taking that fight. Hopefully, he comes out on top, and you know, hopefully one day we get to make that fight. That would be a good fight.
How do you see that fight going, Jesus?
With Pacquiao,
Yeah.
oh man, you know, Pacquiao's my idol. Pacquiao's my idol, and I can never go against him. And so I think he's beating Ugas next Saturday, and I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Manny Pacquiao. But like I said, uh, it'd be in my best interest if Ugas wins, and hopefully I can fight him one day in the future.
Well, there you go. You've heard it here first, people. Jesus wants him. And
yes, sir.
the shout outs happen now. The shout outs happen. But no, honestly, I wish you all the best. And as I say, that record at the age of 20, I think is fantastic. And you can see your dad's, you know, the way your dad has gelled you together, brought you together, made you so well drilled and determined. I think, you know, there's only one outcome. And I think we'll see that world title one day, and you deserve it. So,
thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time, as I know you're a busy guy and got loads going on. So hopefully we'll have a catch up after your fight once you've won, and then we'll look at what other people are doing and go from there.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate your time as well, sir. And yep, like you said, after my fight, we can definitely do this again.
Yeah,
and have hope. Hopefully, after a victory, that's what we're training for.
I have no doubt, yes, no doubt at all.
Thank you.
But you take care. And I'll speak to you soon.
All right, thank you, sir. You have a good day.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Well, Jesus Ramos Jr., what a record! 20 years old, 16 fights, 16 wins, 14 knockouts. Last fight was in May against Molina, and he won on unanimous decision. Yeah, he's on fire, that lad. And what a division he's in. There's some big names out there, and as you say, he called him out there, Ugas, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. And so well drilled. His dad has got him down to being so dedicated and so determined. I don't think he'll stop till he's got that world title. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for him, get behind him, follow him on the social medias, and really support him. He's a really nice guy. So if you've enjoyed watching today, head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button on JG's Fight Talk, check out the rest of the content, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much.
Are you ready?